A few minutes this afternoon about the mobility of the blind. I took training from Rehab Services for the Blind and also Leader Dog for the Blind, so I could speak very well on this subject. First, there's 3 different ways that a blind man gets around that can work on his mobility. 1 is with a cane, 2 is with a service dog, and 1 is with a human guide. So I want to talk to you about these 3. First of all, you got the white cane, and I want to demonstrate for you how the white cane actually works. It comes down right here at the belly button, close to the belly button. You hold it and you sweep back and forth like so, about shoulder length, and that's called making a path. So what it's doing as I'm walking along, if it's hitting anything, I'll know something's there, but if not, I just, making a path and walking in where I'm making that path at. Also, you have the tapping, which is 1, 2, 1, 2, like that. That's what they do. And what this does, if you're like on a sidewalk, you tap in the sidewalk, and then you tap in the grass. And that gives you a line to know where to walk. And if you're in some place, it could hit something like, I thought I hit something here, right there. Hope it ain't somebody's foot.
It is.
But it lets you know that somebody's there. The only problem with the stick, sometimes they get stuck in like a sidewalk crack. It pokes your stomach and it causes your stomach to swell up. It actually caused me to swell up to 250 pounds at one time. And then the second way is with a service dog, which I had one, and very good dogs are highly trained. How you get around with that, you have a leash and then you have a harness on them. And what you do when the dog is in the harness, they usually set it to your left side, and I don't have anything to demonstrate that right now, but you hold the harness in your left hand, and the dog tells you he stops at curves, he stops at anything that might be in your way, a tree, and he'll lead you around it, stops at signs, and he'll lead you around it. The one thing you have to remember about these dogs, they have a leash and a harness, and when they're in their harness, they're working, but when they're in a leash, they're just dogs. And a very good dog. I went and got mine from a Leader Dog for the Blind from Rochester, Michigan. And very, very good organization. You ever get a chance to go up there and see that, and they have tours. It's very, very interesting. They show you how they train their dogs and how they make their harnesses, because the harnesses are always custom made for the dog. And the only problem with the dog, though, is you got to be careful that you don't get one of those that chases cars. And I worried about that. But then we got the third way, which is the human guide, a person, someone you can trust. Not someone that will walk you in front of cars, or walk you into a building.
Did you do that?
Or walk you into a corner. But someone you can trust and that will guide you around. I need a Luke. Yep. Please, I need a demonstration.
I can do it.
Or a clock.
Okay.
The ways that this worked with human guide, is you either grab them by the elbow lightly or by the shoulder. And with their movements of how they move around, that kind of lets the blind person know where where you're going. And of course, they have to sit there and tell you, we're coming up on steps, or there's a door or whatever, as long as you got someone that is nice to you. One thing you want to remember, turn this way, those that ever got a blind person, that or this makes us feel very out of control, because we can know what you're doing just by the shoulder and your elbow. And unless you really like the person, then you can hold their hand. But I like it, but I'm not going to hold it.
Don't ever hold mine.
But in conclusion, those are the 3 things that are 3 ways that a blind person can get around. One of the key differences in those is with the white cane, people tend to stay away from you and get out of your way. With a dog, they seem to approach you, but that's all about the dog. It's never about you. It's always about the dog. And the third, and the difference in the third way is a human shield is like I said, you want to make sure it's somebody that ain't got a vendetta out for you. And I thank you for listening. And one thing I want to pass along before we end this is when you see someone out with a dog, don't ever, with that service dog, don't ever talk to the dog. Don't ever make faces at him or pet him. You can go up to the person and ask them, could you pet the dog? And if they take the harness off, then you can pet the dog. But don't ever pet it because it disturbs the dog and also disturbs his owner. I thank you for your time and thank you for listening.
That's good.
Yeah.